Hello friends, welcome. You're here with Carrie from Carrie Lee Creations and welcome to another Pajama Crafter Stamps video. So today I have a really fun encouragement card to make using the Unstoppable stamp set. So let's go ahead and get switched and take a look at the project. Alright, so I've gone ahead and let me show you the products that we're going to be using today. This is the Unstoppable stamp set, and I love the sayings. So the only image is our little girl here in her armor, and we've got a scripture, we've got unstoppable, the comeback is always stronger than the setback, she believed she could, so she did, put on the full armor of God. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So these just have some really good sayings for someone that's going through something very difficult. So I have made one card that I went ahead and made up, and we're going to be making a version of this. And this, of course, looks like a card for someone that's battling breast cancer. And I also did a version of this card for someone that was battling addiction. And for that card, I also brought in this set, which is called Awareness Stamp. And it's also, there's a lot of breast cancer awareness in here. But I used the words strength, faith, fighter, warrior, and the word unstoppable. And I stamped them all over the background. And I made that one for someone that was battling addiction. So for this one, I've pulled the ones to make a breast cancer awareness. And we'll be doing that. So also, I'm going to be using the Sunburst stencil, and I added the stencil over the top of my background stamping. So let's go ahead and get started and create our background. I'm going to be using two colors from Catherine Pooler today. I'm using the Sweetheart and It's a Girl, but most of our stamping is going to be done here in the Sweetheart. So I've gone ahead and mounted all of my stamps here on stamping blocks, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp these around my background. But before I get started, I wanted to put a piece of scratch paper underneath my paper here. So let me cut that down. It's a little big. And this is just so when I'm stamping off that the ink doesn't get on my background. I suppose it could get on the background, but I don't know. I'm weird that way. So we're going to put that under it. I actually blend on this all the time, and the ink wipes right off, so I don't know why I'm doing that. But there we go. So some of you may have seen this card once before, because the parameters for Craft Roulette last month were perfect for this card. I had made this card in preparation for a video for today's date, but when the parameters came up that matched it so perfectly, I decided to use it for that as well. So if you are a Craft Roulette crafter, you may have seen this card in the gallery. It's a little bit different. There we go. I'm going to put one more little bit right over here in this corner. All right. That ought to do us for that piece. Now I'm going to bring in the words, let's see, I think I'm going to start with the word hope. And I'm going to put my glasses on real quick. Make sure I've got right side up. Press down a little too hard there on my block, and that's how I end up making a mess. Put one more right in here. All right. So when you're making a background, it is very random. You just want to keep in mind the sizes that you're using. I think the next one I want to do is the word believe. And I've got a couple stars on there, but we're going to do the word believe next. Okay. And now we're going to use the word strength. Or strong. I'm going to have it angling this other direction. That one should have been a little higher up, but that's all right. Okay. I think I'll put a star up in there. Okay, so now we're going to put our stars in. So I'm going to set and I'm going to use this larger star from our stamp set. We're just going to add those around. And I love this star because it's got a little bit of a mixed media look to it. Let's see. We're going to stamp a couple of the small ones as well. Just filling in our empty spaces. Some of this will be cut off when we die cut it, but that's okay. We want to have that all on there. Okay, so there is our background. And every time you do it, it's going to come out a little bit different, and that's okay. That's part of the fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close up my sweetheart, because we're going to come in with this other color of pink that's much more pale. And we're going to go ahead and ink blend our sunburst over the top. Okay. And this is a very pale pink, so it is a totally different shade than this one's. Got a lot more purple in it, but you're not going to notice that too much because it's so pale. It's really just going to provide, you know, that starburst back behind. And I'm not doing the circle because I know my girl's going to be standing right there. So I'm starting down here close to the circle and doing a little bit harder or heavier, and then I'll get a little fainter as I work my way up. All right. Because it's such a pale color, you have to kind of work to get it to show. I hope I'm not shaking the whole table. I might be. On these stencils where like the sides will move, I find it helps to hold my hand on it and to go out. Instead of going this way, I'm going up and down with the rays. If I go side to side over them, I kind of hold it. Now you can use some pixie spray and stuff to kind of hold it in place. Let's see how we like that. Oh yeah, that looks exactly what I was going for. Fantastic. Okay. I like that. Okay, so the last piece to this is we're going to go ahead and die cut this so that we have a decorative edge. And this is just a die cut from my stash. It's from a nesting set. And you can use any, it doesn't have to have little hashtags, any kind of frame set will do. You can even cut it with a paper trimmer. I'll run this through the machine. You'll hear it back here. It's an electric machine. And once we're done with that, we are going to do Just a little bit of stamping, and we're going to stamp the phrase, "She believed she could, so she did." All right, there we go. The weather here in Texas cannot make up its mind whether it is summer or winter. And we have gone back and forth between the air conditioner and the heater in the same day. And right now it's very hot in my studio. All right, so I'm just going to get that in there. And I'm just going to stamp this in black. I'm going to use some VersaFine Clair. One thing I thought was very fun about our little warrior girl here is that you can color her up to look like the person you're giving the card to. You know, you can make her hair whatever color, the eye color, and, you know, make it look like whoever you're giving it to. Whoops. Right. Give it a little personal touch. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and trim this down a little bit. And I'm going to put a little bit of foam here on the back of our sentiment. And our little soldier girl, I've already put foam on her. Let's see here. One more little piece. There we go. All right. And this is all we need to put our card together. Now, when I made this card for Craft Roulette, one of the parameters was twine, add twine. So I put a little twine hair bow in her hair. So I am not going to do that on today's card, but that's a cute little idea. If you have, you know, if you think that fits for the person you're giving it to, I thought that was a fun way to incorporate the twine, and also a fun way to kind of give it a personalized look. So I'm going to go ahead, we're just going to center our sentiment across the bottom. Nope, I didn't get it centered. There we go. And now we'll add our girl. And I colored her up using the sea gray colors from Copics. And then just some browns, and I think I used some YGs for her eyes. I'm just kind of standing her right there where that circle is from the sunburst. All right. Now for the very final touch, I used just a little bit of the crystal lacquer to put just a dollop of the crystal lacquer right there on her eyes. Keeps wanting to bubble up. I don't know why that's doing that. There we go. All right. I'm going to take my pen and just pop that because it's right on her eye. It looks, I don't understand. I've never had it do that before. There we go. It's like there was just a little bubble right in her eye. All right, and you can see on this one where I've already put the crystal lacquer on her eyes, and I wanted her eyes to be just very vibrant and kind of, because she is the focal point. So there we go. I think this card would be an encouragement to anybody that is having to face breast cancer. And I hope that you enjoyed the video today. These products will be listed below. We would love it if you would subscribe to our Pajama Crafters YouTube page and give our videos a thumbs up. I know that everyone's working really hard to grow the channel and to reach more and more audience, so it really helps us if you hit that thumbs up and leave comments and all those things. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Bye-bye.